After impressive performances in the first game of the season, Inter will travel to Cagliari and Roma to Lecce. But the big game over the weekend in Italy will be definitely at Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, where Cesc Fabregas Como will visit Massimiliano Allegri's Napoli. This and so much more here on A Ball on a Goal preview and predictions, Matchday 2 Serie A. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cornel, and like I said, this video it's all about Serie A Matchday 2 coming up the next couple of days. If you guys are wondering what those three numbers in the top row on the chart represent, the first one represents the number of games that I got the correct score. The second one, the number of games that I got the correct result, and the last one, obviously, the number of games that I got nothing out of it. So yeah, you see it right. It's 0, 2, and 8. The goal will be by the end of the season that the sum of the first two numbers will be at least equal, if not a little bit more than the last one. Otherwise, I'm going to get myself relegated to Serie B, and I'll make prediction for Serie B in the 2027-2028 season. All right, let's start with the first game that will be played on Friday, Milan-Venezia. Last weekend, the debut for Ruben Amorim on Milan's bench. They got the win 2-1 away at Torino. I think they play pretty good. Playing out of for the back, it worked. They did a really good pressing. They used Yunus Musa in that pivot position. He gave Ruben Amorim gave the start to Alfonso Cisse, a 19-year-old Italian who didn't disappoint, and he scored the first goal of the new campaign. Rabiot coming 3 minutes later, as he usually does, at the far post to score the second one. Then Che Adams at the end had probably the game of the weekend to make it 2-1. But overall, a good performance for Milan. On the other side, Venezia, they shot themselves in the foot, missing so many chances in their game at home against Lecce. The newly signings in Aikor Adams and Basic, the Bosnian international, missed, like I said, good chances, and in the end, Lecce got away and scored 2 goals, and they got the 3 points, which might prove costly at the end of the season. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win here for the home side, the first game of the season for Ruben Amorim at the San Siro. Moving on, Sassuolo-Torino, two teams that changed their managers in the summer. Sassuolo coming after a 2-1 defeat at Atalanta, and Torino, like I mentioned, a 2-1 defeat at home against Milan. In terms of Sassuolo, I think they really need Domenico Berardi back. I'm not so sure what happened. Maybe he's injured, but he didn't feature at all in the first game of the season. They created a lot of chances. The Frenchman, Loriente, he could have had possibly a brace, even a hat-trick in the first game. On the other side, Torino managed to sign permanently a deal Giovanni Simeone. I like the front three, Vlasic, Simeone, and Che Adams. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Fiorentina-Frosinone. Fiorentina was basically ripped into pieces in the opening game of their season away at the Olimpico at Roma. Big mistakes in the defense, bad coordination between De Gea and centre-back Dragushin, the Romanian, who came on loan from Spurs. Thank God for Spurs. They sent him over there. So really they look really poor. Frosinone, on the other hand, didn't show too much against Juventus. They did hit the bar, probably their only chance in the game that they lost at home 1-0. I'm going to back Fiorentina and Fabio Grosso. I was very hyped on them at the beginning of the season. And maybe it was just a blip We'll see what will happen, but I'm going to back Fiorentina to win 3-0 at home against Frosinone. Monza Udinese, like I said in the preview of the Serie A, Ivan Juric lasted only one time more than 44 games in a job. They had, to be fair, the most difficult game that probably will play this season in Serie A away at Inter, where they lost 4-1. On the other side, Udinese tying at home 1-1 against Como. They did play pretty good, especially in the first half. They managed to sign on a permanent deal Zaniolo. Costariani's side, usually it's a constant team in the mid-table positions, and I think they're going to do the same this year. They didn't have Kieran Davis, the English striker. I really like big, strong, good finisher. He's probably going to be back for this one, and I'm going to back Udinese to go and get the 3 points, a 2-0 win away from home. Juventus Parma, first game of the new season at the Allianz Arena in Torino for Juventus. They got the 3 points away at Frosinone. Big chances missed by Colomwani, and I talked about it last weekend. I saw so many players missing big chances, from Guehi to Colomwani. You don't even know which one is bigger than the other one. Conceição looks again lively. Unfortunately, he's just not a good finisher, and he's not getting younger, so he needs to get that thing under control. Parma, on the other hand, lost at home 1-0 against Cagliari. We'll see what will happen with them, but they look pretty poor in that game. Carlos Cuesta, man, maybe this season they will be in a relegation battle. I'm gonna back Juventus to get the win at home, 2-0. The big game, like I mentioned in the preview over the weekend, will be in Naples, between Napoli and Como at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. Napoli got 3 points in the last 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes away at Genoa in the opening game of their season. Massimiliano Allegri on the bench. He decided to start without De Bruyne. 10 minutes left to go, 0-0. He got De Bruyne on the pitch. And Alisson Vergara, the 19-year-old Italian, extremely technical player, very good. And they both combined to get the 2 goals, 1 assist and 1 goal for each in the last 10 minutes. And actually, talking about De Bruyne, he basically bullied his way into this goal. I haven't seen him determined like this in a while, which is a good sign, I think, if you are a Napoli fan. So they got a win away at Genoa. On the other side, Como started pretty poorly their game against Udinese away from home. They didn't look right. They were very sluggish. And then they went in the lockers at the break. They came out a different team. Duvikas with a goal. D'Acunha started on the bench. He came as a substitute in the second half. Everything changed, and they could have won it in the end, but it was 1-1 away at Udinese. I'm very excited about this team, watching them pretty soon in the Champions League, to see what Cesc Fabregas and this young, exciting team can do. And I'm going to back Como to get the 3 points away at Naples, 2-1. Cagliari Inter, like I mentioned when I was talking about Monza, the most difficult game of the season away at Giuseppe Meazza. They had, I'm usually not too fond of the word world class, and I don't want to use it slightly, and you have to see it. So you can believe me, Pio Esposito's hold-up play is absolutely exceptional. What he did over the weekend in the game against Monza was unbelievable. Not necessarily in the hold-up play alone, but also the goal he scored, a back heel flick coming at the near post. They look really good, and this is how they were playing under Simone Inzaghi as well. They kick the ball up front, and they need this big striker to hold up the ball and bring the fullbacks into play. and then making the run into the box. And I think they found Pio Esposito perfect example. And I really like I was saying about Ruben Amorim giving a young player a chance. I really like that Kivu give him a chance, play him actually last season as well in a couple of games, starting with him now alongside Lautaro Martinez. Like I said, for me, the performance of the week from the young Italian, but the whole team looking great. Di Marco on the left, Çalhanoğlu opening the score with a thunder strike from like 25 yards out. His trademark goal, we can say at this point. Josie Martinez replacing Jan Sommer between the sticks. A really good team. I looked it up. Çalhanoğlu is just 32, so he's got still a couple of years left at the highest level for him. They're looking good, in my opinion. Big favorites to win the title. We'll see what they're going to do in the Champions League, where they were a little bit all over the place last season when they played Bodo Glimt. I think it was the round of 16. On the other side, Cagliari with a big win away from home at Parma, deservedly obtained that win. Fabio Pisacane, man, maybe pushing for top 10 finish this season. But obviously a very difficult game at home, and I'm going to back Inter to get a win 2-0. Lazio Genoa, I'm going for a 1-1. Genoa really disappointed with the last 10 minutes. They did put up a good game against Napoli. Daniele De Rossi, man, I really like what he did over there, and you can see in the way the team plays his character and what the player he was, the organization that they had and they have right now in the team. Lazio getting a 1-0 win away from home at Bologna with a new coach in Gennaro Gattuso. Obviously, didn't do too good with Italy in the qualifiers for the World Cup. I think they got a little bit maybe lucky. Davide Fratesi with a goal, I think in the second half it was. So I'm still waiting to make my judgment on Gennaro Gattuso as a coach. And I think Daniele De Rossi has more experience. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Lazio and Genoa. Lecce Roma, another team that had an impressive performance in the first game of the season. Damian Malen and the hat-trick, and Paulo Dybala with a hat-trick of assists. They really play good, and I think this year will be the year that we're really going to see what this Giampiero Gasperini team has to offer and has to say. Like I said, Dybala, when he's fit and ready, he's probably one of the best playmakers even right now in the world. Amazing display. Their backline extremely good. I really like that trio of Fondica, Mancini, and Hermoso. Svilar Bilar, which is a good goalkeeper. Kone in the middle of the field. They might push it for the Lo Scudetto. Who knows? We'll see. They gotta put up some consistent results and constant performances if they want to do that. On the other side, Lecce getting the win away at Venezia, in a very opportunistic way, escaping. Venezia had so many chances, like I mentioned, but in the end, Eusebio Di Francesco's men getting 3 points, big 3 points. We will see at the end of the season how much it will mean. But I'm going to go with Roma to win 2-0 away from home. And then finally, Atalanta against Bologna. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Atalanta. Two teams that changed their managers in the summer again. Atalanta winning the first game at home 2-1 against Sassuolo. Maurizio Sarri coming on the bench. He inherited actually a good team. It's not maybe the team that Giampiero Gasperini had a couple of seasons ago when they won the Europa League, but it's still a good one. Raspadori with a goal, Kristovic again with a goal, the striker. On the other side, Bologna disappointed 0-1 at home against Lazio, defeat at the beginning of the campaign for Domenico Tedesco. the coach who replaced Vincenzo Italiano. Unfortunately, they pretty much sold their best players in the last couple of seasons after they made it into the Champions League a couple of seasons ago under Vincenzo Italiano. They did change a lot. Let's remember the Calafiori was playing for them. Santiago Castro, their striker, is now at Roma. So a lot of changes, managerial in the players, and they started the season with a loss as well. In terms of Atalanta, like I said, Maurizio Sarri inherited a good squad. We'll see what he's capable of. He did manage to get Lazio, I think, in the Coppa Italia final last season. He was angry because there wasn't enough investment in the club. The supporters as well, if I remember correctly, they boycotted a lot of games at the end of Serie A last season. This time at Atalanta, we will see. I'm going to back still Atalanta to get the win at home 2-1 against Bologna. And that's it for this video. Until next time, I wish everybody the best. Bye-bye.